Radio.
Probably because some backroom deal.
I did have a gander because I don't want to run around like a fucking moron. And then I remember reading, as soon as I read one part, I didn't remember where it is. It's in front of the Alice Pod Gardens. There's a remember when we went to save? Was her name? Was her name Ming? You know the girl who was kidnapped, and we came back down here and there's three guards defending who kidnapped her. She was in like a storage unit. There was a in fact, I think for this main this Shudaro quest, it takes us nowhere we need to be. But yeah, we need to head to the Alice Pod Gardens. And unfortunately, that area is crawling with bloody guards.
Disturbances have been flooding in from around the globe.
I feel like none of these people have woken up this poor bloke that somebody knocked out. I mean, I don't know what arsehole went around knocking the people out. Person should be arrested. There we go. I wanted to come this way. Yeah, you don't want to go up there. There's guards. Yeah. Yeah, you have to knock out all these people. This is another quest that's kind of annoying on doing a stealth run. It's not impossible. It's just where are you? Yeah, this sewer here, that's where we need to be in. That's where Delaney is. Delaney? What's his name? Delaney? What I'm going to do is, every time I knock one out, I'm going to take a quick save so that this doesn't become a pain in my bum. I can get the guy on the left. In fact, I don't think these dudes are hostile. Now that I think about it. It was green when I aimed my gun at him, meaning that he doesn't have a problem with me. But I got a problem with him. Yeah, they didn't get arty with me, but as soon as I like walked into an area, they instantly attacked me. These fucking guys, they're gonna bloody get it. That's what you get for shooting me, you bastard. Oof. There we go. What we needed. I mean, let's chuck him over there. Rather they don't have anything on them. No money. Just a gun. I really find it odd that you can just throw enemies. Like, how were they not dead? That's the main question. Like, I just smashed his fucking head against the wall and... he should be dead. Yeah, I think this is where he is. Yeah, he doesn't say, but it's definitely in here. That door feels out of place. I always assumed you could talk to this guy. I'm sure you can.
They send you?
If you're talking about your former buddies at Bell Tower, the answer is no.
Wait a minute. You're Jensen, right? I heard that some of my former buddies have been looking for you.
Yeah, it seems no matter how many of their friends I send back in body bags, they just don't get the message.
For the sin of their mouths, the words of their lips, let them be trapped in their pride.
You've dropped the merc gig to become a man of the cloth?
Hardly. I just have an interest in theology. And I love quoting the book. Everything in it is so evocative. Now, tell me, are you here to stop me?
No.
Not exactly. I'm here on behalf of someone who wants you to understand reason.
Let me guess. Dr. Wing, right? He's a good man. And I know he's only trying to do what he thinks is right. But he doesn't quite grasp the whole picture here.
Then why don't you enlighten me? Start by explaining why you went rogue.
When an average man decides he no longer shares his employer's views and opts to leave, we say he's handing in his resignation. When men like us do the same, it's called going rogue. You can't quit a job like ours, Jensen. You know that.
This guy's got a bitchin' arm. I mean, it kind of does have the right to go around killing people because it's probably killing arseholes. So let's be inquisitive.
Yeah, okay, I can relate. But you still haven't answered my question. And what do you mean when you say you no longer share your employer's view?
Back in the US, when I first got into the Army, I did it because I wanted to serve my country. I believed in its values. I believed in its government. Back then, I believed that by serving my government, I was serving the people it was supposed to protect.
Nice sentiment. But you don't work for the US anymore, you work for Bell Tower.
Times change, Jensen. You know the story. Capitalism's final encroachment on one of the most lucrative industries in the history of mankind. War got privatized. The US military offloaded its special operations to PMCs like Blue Water Global and Bell Tower. I believed that as long as they were working for the government, they were serving the same cause. So when they offered me the chance to work on major operations at twice the pay grade, I made my jump.
Wow. Let's get this over with. I don't want to fight this guy. He's cool. We don't skip things. Why don't we just skip things why don't we just skip to when things went sour? Fucking hell, learn to read.
Why don't we just skip to when things went sour?
Bell Tower outfitted us with top-notch augmentations. The kind of stuff civilians never hear about. Gave us a massive edge over the enemy. Later, seeing as my unit was one of the most successful ones, they selected us for a special program. Top secret, experimental tech. Told us we would get to work on critical black ops for the US government. But there was a price to pay.
Go on.
We had to be implanted with a neural hub that manipulates memory centers in the brain. Basically controlling what you can and cannot remember.
And you agreed to this?
Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. The augmentation was supposed to keep us safe, make sure we'd never remember details if we fell behind enemy lines. That was the main function. The second one, the one they didn't tell us about, was to lower our inhibitions. Make us more receptive to orders we'd likely disobey. Bell Tower turned us into the perfect mercs.
Wow. I mean, you did kind of have it coming. Who the fucking hell agreed to have a chip put in your head that others can control what you can and cannot remember? That's just stupid.
If you were so perfect, and the hub made you so perfect, how did it fail? How come they didn't outfit the whole agency?
I told you the tech was experimental. After a couple of ops, I started experiencing memory shifts, remembering bits and fragments of past operations. Slowly, I realized some of these operations couldn't logically have been orchestrated by the government. I was asked to do highly questionable things, even by professional standards.
Aren't we all?
Not like this, Jensen. Our services have been sold to corrupt officials in the American and Chinese governments. A combination of lies and use of the neural aug made sure we complied. We were working for a shadow government. Individuals corrupted by a quest for personal power.
So how'd you get out of it?
I confronted the project director. He quoted Apocalypse Now. You have to have men who are moral, and at the same time who are able to utilize their primordial instincts to kill without feeling. I forced him to disconnect the hub, for me and my squad mates here. And then I killed him. I went through his files and contacts. I know who these corrupt men are now. They've turned us into killing machines, and now they'll get to experience their experiment firsthand.
I approve. I really do.
Dr. Wing said our situations would resonate. I don't think he realized it might go both ways. Some men deserve the justice we bring on them. Do what you have to do, Zelazny. I won't get in your way.
I appreciate that, Jensen. I didn't want you to die for a cause that isn't yours. These men I killed, and these men I'm going to kill. They have names, families, they're people. Their deaths shouldn't be erased from my memory by some electronic software. They should haunt me, taunt me, until I finally meet our Lord and pay for my sins. But the men behind this, they deserve to die. And I think there's poetry in the fact that they engineered their own demise.
Cool. I mean, I kind of like the ending. He just disappeared. He just walked off into nowhere. Huh. Yeah, I don't see the point of fighting this guy. I agree what he says. These assholes are manipulating him. They should die. Everybody should die. Yeah, it's kind of what makes a soldier a good soldier, is remembering the people he's killed, I guess. Like, not having a conscience is... Yeah, you're just a machine, aren't you? I understand where it's coming from. These fat cats, these government officials who are just using them to do what they want. Yeah, they can all burn in hell. It's a shame I didn't get like an added quest on it.
Hey, Jensen.
Oh.
Zelazny here.
Zelazny? How'd you get this frequency?
You're no stranger to top secret augmentations, Jensen. You figure it out. In the meantime, just want to let you know I've contacted some of my old pals at Bell Tower. Got them to reassign a couple of local patrols. You should have a few less problems to deal with for a while.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Oh. That's helpful, I guess. I didn't really need it, but that's nice of him. I probably missed a Praxis kit or something by not dealing with him or something like that. But it's fine. I don't see the point of fighting that dude. He's not a fucking, you know, he's not a murder machine. He actually has his brain, so. Yeah, if he was just like a paranoid lunatic, then yeah, I would have put him down, but he's not. It's Dr. Wing though. What were you doing putting experimental augmentations inside somebody?
So? You have found Zelazny? I cannot stress enough the importance of this task, Mr. Jensen.
I think he's doing this because maybe Zelazny will go after him. Because, I mean, he kind of put them orgs in him. I don't know.
I found him.
Really, Mr. Jensen? You have been able to make him understand reason? Will he turn himself in?
Why would he turn himself in?
It's a long story, Doc. I tracked Zelazny and his men. They were hiding in the sewers. And after talking to him, I decided to let him go.
What? But he is a dangerous man, Mr. Jensen. You should not have done this.
Why? His methods are extreme, but I think his cause is justified. I believe what he wants isn't that different from you.
The men Zelazny's after are far more dangerous than he is. His methods are extreme, but I think his cause is justified. To be honest, Doc, I believe what he wants isn't that different from you. An honorable government free of corruption. They could use a man like you.
I had not foreseen such a thing. I don't know, Mr. Jensen. You seem to believe that the end justifies the means, but I don't know. I'll have to think about this. Here is a praxis kit. It's all I have.
Oh. I didn't think he would give me the praxis kit. I think it's because I convinced him. I'm sure if you lie to him, he'll give you one. And if you don't... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you cannot get a praxis kit. You don't get a praxis kit if you don't convince him. I mean, that quest was cool and all, but it leaves this empty feeling that it feels like it should have gone somewhere. But it doesn't. It just ends there, and it's just, what? You know,
Turning to tonight's biggest story.
it feels like it needs more. Like a lot of these quests, the side quests, they feel like they're not fleshed out enough. I think I always want a bit more information, a bit more story, but then you never do. Weird. Okay. We are heading back. Oh, fucking hell, I got stuck then. That's weird. Yeah, a lot of bell towers. Then again, there wasn't much bell tower around here, was there? Oh, I need to go up. I'm pretty sure she gives you another quest after you finish this one. Particularly where we punched a hole through the walls, if I remember correctly. What? Oh no. It's here. I thought I was coming out from here. Right.
You must get that chip back, Mr. Jensen.
Yeah, so you can ask her about the chip, but she won't tell you anything. I'm sure she won't.
What kind of information are we talking about here? What could people be so eager to sell?
I am not at liberty to say.
Yeah, it's pointless even asking.
I got the chip. The sellers are out cold.
Excellent work. Seems Mr. Darrow was right to trust you. We will send people to take care of the terrorists. Could I see the chip?
How about you tell me what's on it first?
Blackmail, Mr. Jensen? Don't waste your time. I won't tell you anything. Besides, there are stones better left unturned. Might as well just give me the chip and leave it at that.
All right, take it.
Trust me, it's better like this anyway. You've done a great job. I thank you on Mr. Darrow's behalf. Even though this was a favor for Mr. Darrow, he believes you should be duly rewarded. Here is a payment in credits. I'm sure Mr. Darrow will wish to congratulate
Is that it?
himself. Expect to hear from him soon.
You cheap twat. All that and he gave me 1,000 credits. Fucking billionaire. Where's my other credits, you cheap bastard? Bloody old man.
It seems David has a flair for choosing his people, Mr. Jensen. You have done me a great service today.
Glad I could help. I just wish I knew what this was all about.
You never know, Mr. Jensen. One day, you just might.